We've got some new bugs to talk about in Dandy's World. There are quite a few on the list. Our first bug is a major loading problem. This user said, I was just standing still in roleplay. I don't know if this is my thing or the game. And their game is completely messed up. We have pixels out of place. We have broken pixels, and it looks like they are on a mobile device. So again, mobile devices have the most problems. Our next bug is to do with Twisted Dandy. This user said 2 purple claws, and if we take a closer look, Dandy has 2 purple claws. Dandy is supposed to have different colored claws, so 2 purple claws is super weird. I've never seen Dandy with 2 purple claws, and it looks like Dandy also has 2 purple petals as well. Super weird, never seen anything like that. Our next bug is to do with Shrimpo and when he extracts machines. This user said, is this normal? And if we take a look at the video, Shrimpo's head is not moving correctly. This has been happening ever since he was optimized. Sometimes his head can just glitch out. Our next bug is to do with Twisted Razdazzle not attacking when they should. So this user said this, and let's take a look at the video they sent. So Twisted Razdazzle are awake, and Astro is running in the circle, but Twisted Razdazzle is not attacking the Astro, and it doesn't look like there's any objects in front of Astro, so I wonder what's happening there. And they were running, so what could be the problem? We have a bug to do with Twisted Toodles getting stuck behind boxes, so let's take a look at this video. So as you can see, Twisted Toodles is stuck behind the box, and this is after her optimizations, and it's happening to quite a few people. Twisted Toodles will get stuck behind a box. And it happened to this user as well. Let's take a look. And as you can see, it looks like Twisted Toodles model is getting stuck behind boxes. So if you're playing against a Twisted Toodles, try and avoid boxes because there's something going on there. But she does eventually move, so be very careful. Our next bug is to do with RP mode and Roblox avatars. People have been spawning in as their Roblox avatar, and it's happening more often. This user said my Toon thing was broken and it showed me as a regular avatar when I was in roleplay, and it said something about my account being punished. I didn't do it on purpose. And this user replied saying you triggered an anti-cheat. Then the user replied saying, am I cooked? Nothing has happened yet. So it looks like people spawning in as their Roblox avatars might trigger the anti-cheat detection. So if I was you, I would avoid roleplay mode just in case something happens, because if you are banned for exploiting, it is not an appealable offense. Our next bug is to do with the dial floor and the rewards the dial floor gives, which is supposed to be 50 stamina. This user said, I passed the dial floor and it didn't give me the stamina. Yeah, I just noticed it's 2 floors after it. So here we can see they are on the dial floor and they have 200 stamina, and it's floor 9, and 2 floors later, floor 11, they don't have the plus 50 stamina that the dial floor is supposed to give you once you complete it. I've never seen anything like this before. If this is true, then this player might be the first person in Dandy's World history for this to happen to. Maybe it's happened to other people and they just never realized. Our next bug is to do with VMote being interrupted before it completes. So this user said, I don't know if this is supposed to happen. I've never had it happen on any other machine. This is the first time on a treadmill. It says my VMote's inactive even though there's no machines done. It was right at the top, so not much of a bother, just thought it was weird. Okay, so they've provided 2 pictures. The first picture shows that their VMote is inactive even though no machines have been completed. How did that happen? And in the second picture, as we can see, the icon on the machine is nearly full, maybe just 1% left, and 1 machine has been completed, so it looks like this user may have been interrupted by a Twisted when completing the VMote at the perfect time. And as you can see in their chat box, it says the Twisted stopped my VMote. So that's possible. I'm sure many of you have experienced being interrupted whilst using your VMote and it just cancels the animation and you still keep your VMote. But in this case, this user's VMote got deactivated, but the machine did not complete. So a very, very rare thing to happen. Our next problem is to do with hackers affecting innocent exploit players. This user said, I couldn't take a pic or a video of it happening, but there's an exploit going around that some players use to fling people and trigger anti-cheats. It's happened to my friend while she was sharing her screen and she got falsely accused of exploiting. If this issue can be fixed, please fix it before it happens to anyone else. So I have heard of hackers being able to basically throw players out of bounds into the base plate, and the game will think that you are flying even though the hacker made your toon do that, and you get an anti-exploit message. So if I was you, the only way to stop this happening is to play in a private server and avoid public lobbies. Our next bug is to do with players being unable to move in the game. They are stuck in one position. This user said, when I enter the game I can move, but when I press escape and exit, I can't move, and a white circle appears around the chat or more menu. And as you can see, the player is unable to move and there's a white circle around the chat box. This is happening to multiple people and there is a fix for this. So this user has a fix for being unable to move. They basically said, make sure that the white circle is around the chat box and open the chat box and then close the chat box and you should be able to move. I believe you can open the chat box using enter, because I don't think you can use your mouse. Pressing enter and then it should work, and then you should be able to move again. Our next bug is to do with wrapped chic glisten skin. This user said, for some reason in RP mode the wrapped chic glisten skin has black sparkles when using his ability. Let's take a look. As you can see, there are black sparkles. Super weird. I wonder why that's happening. It's only happening to this skin. If we pause the frame, we can see that very clearly. Our next bug is so unusual, I've never seen anything like it. Two players extracting one machine. What? This user said, both completing machine at the same time. I was the one controlling it while the Sylvester was having lag issues. Okay, let's see what happened. Okay, so Sylvester is extracting and Rebecca. That is so unusual. Wow, that is so weird. I've never seen anything like this before. So apparently Sylvester was lagging, that's why he was still extracting, and as you can see, even after the machine was completed, Sylvester is still extracting the machine. Our next bug is super sad. Somebody got banned for being in the infamous black box. I've seen this happen before. So this user said, question mark. So they're loading into Dandy's world, and as you can see, they're having trouble loading, and it eventually puts them in the infamous black box that I'm sure a lot of you have seen before. Okay, so no major problems there. And then 11 minutes later, they posted this saying after this happened, they got a ban message, and that's a permanent ban. So is this enough proof that you can be banned for being placed in the black box and having connection issues? Or is that still a myth?